Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to discuss about how the upcoming June month is going to be for Cancer Zodiac, and starting with their love life. So we are going to cover the love aspect, the career, and the monthly overview. And now starting with the love one. So here as well, we are going to divide this in two parts: if you're single and if you're already in relationship. So, firstly, if you are single and maybe looking for love, there can be situations where you can meet some kind of connections where you would not be able to trust those people, and also maybe your trust issues can be so high that you can also be very hesitant to make the moves. So even if some connections come up and start to talk to you or start to build up that connection, you can be too stuck in your own mind, and you can be too stuck maybe in the past, or maybe you are still in a phase where you are figuring out on how to move on or what to consider in your next relationship, the kind of relationship that you want. Are you ready for that kind of connection or not? So all of those things can be there, plus the trust issues. Maybe you have seen some kind of betrayals, or some kind of your trust getting broken, I would say. So yes, all of those issues have been there in your past, and maybe the closed ones around you have put you in a situation and made you feel vulnerable. So all of those things are running in your mind, and that is why it is not easy for you to just come out of that situation and trust anyone. So you can find yourself being over anxious about a lot of things. There can be a lot of overthinking that can come across. So if you are in a state of, or if you're in a verge of building some connection, if there is some already some connection around you, there as well there can be some circumstances where you can feel that this connection as well would not be good for you, and this would also not work for you. And this can also be the reason that maybe the people around you can also feed you with doubts and with the insecurities when it comes to love. So maybe you can see your friends or some close members of your in your loved one circle that they are suffering in love, or they are facing some difficulties in their love life, and that is creating difficulty in your mind to get into that relationship, to trust anyone with your love. So all of those situations can be there. So overall, this can be an overwhelming month for you. And this would also hamper you to look at the new opportunities, or look at the optimism that can be potentially there for you. So there can be some possible good connection, some prominent connection that can be around you, or maybe if you just allow yourself to be more open and to be more lenient with yourself, then you can find those connections coming up. Your expectations with love can also be fulfilled. So if you just allow yourself to get out of your stuck mind, and to leave the negativities behind, and to leave the negative beliefs behind, then there can be a potentially happy and fulfilling relationship that can be there. And if not relationship, some kind of new connection that can set the base, and then you can figure out things in the coming time. But yes, there can be a fulfilling kind of a connection that can come across, but you can be too busy to be just dwell in your own thoughts of things not working out, and being upset about the issues that are going on. And it is not just about your personal life. Maybe there can be some stress related to your career as well, that can just put you in a state where you would not go out and try something new or explore some new connections, because you can be in difficult situations. So this is something that can affect your personal life, and that is why you need to be more optimistic and be more open to just accept the fact that good things can be there when it comes to love. And next, if you are in a relationship, then also there can be troubles. There can be people around you, again the things that are looking as they are may not be like that. So there can be some people around you who can potentially create some trouble between you and your partner. So do not trust anyone around you, even if even if you feel that the person who is getting involved is someone who thinks good about you, there can be some conspiracy here there as well. So do not just trust what you're listening, or do not just trust what you're seeing, because there can be deceptions when it comes to your love life. The issues can be there, and you and your partner both can be in a situation where you both can be dealing with your own issues, and in that zone there can be lack of communication, lack of understanding, that can put you both in a situation where you can feel that the other one is not understanding, and the other one is not putting equal efforts. So this can also be a difficult phase for you and your partner, because you may not completely trust them as well. So all of those issues can be there, and it can be more of an overthinking kind of a situation. So if your partner just you and your partner just try to resolve things and just sit together and think about the possible insecurities that are occurring, then things can be pretty good, and there can be potentially a good time. You can also um, plan some kind of travel with each other. There can be some activities that you can do together to gain new fresh experiences, and this can bring you together. So make sure that your ideas and your focus are more diverted towards what's good in your relationship, rather than picking up faults in your partner, rather than blaming things to each other. Because there can be this situation where you can just blame things on your partner, and you may not take the accountability. So in this process you can miss some good moments, you can miss out the time that you can actually make special. So make sure that those situations are not happening. Even if you feel that things are getting overwhelming, just try to take out some time and plan I would say a good time together, so that you can talk well, so that you can share your insecurities, no matter how small or big you feel they are. And that intervention of possible third parties around you should be I would say there shouldn't be any kind of third party intervention in your life. So if you feel that there are people around you who are trying to come in between, or who are trying to feed something negative about your partner, then just don't completely trust them. Do not listen to them until and unless you are not having that strong conversation with your partner. So make sure that all of those things are also happening well. So yes, plan out some trips together, plan out some time out together, and this can make this month smooth for you and easier for both of you. Surpass the obstacles, surpass the issues that can possibly be there. And now talking about your career, and when it comes to your work life, then yes, there can be sometimes some moments where you can feel that you're getting stuck in situations, and the real progress that you may look for is not coming to you. So there can be those times of stuckness as well. But even in those times, you can feel that you have an idea to what to do and how to pursue further. So that stuckness may not very much trouble you. It can be a phase where you can feel stuck, but then you would be eventually able to figure out things, because the stress from your personal life can also be there. So all of those things can put you in a state to think and introspect about how to perceive things further. But anyhow, you would be able to figure out solutions, and building some networks, building some positive connections can get you some new opportunities when it comes to work. So you can expect that kind of change happening. There can be some chance, there can be some choices as well that can come across. So you can think about which way to go and how to pursue further, because those opportunities can be equally tempting. So yes, that situation can also be there, but eventually make sure that you are looking for the things that are giving that are there to give you long term benefits. And yes, as I said, that networking, building some emotional connections with the people, or getting into that comfort zone with the people around you can fetch you some good career opportunities as well. So building up that emotional bond, building up some good network can fetch you some good opportunities for further as well. And yes, there can be some kind of dominance around you as well. Maybe there can be a strong female energy that can somehow influence your career, or your career opportunities as well. And if you are yourself a female, then certainly you would feel motivated to achieve things, to do things, but you would also be very considerate about how to make things happen. So when in those times, make sure that you're sticking to your old patterns, because this may not be the time to completely shift things or take risk. This can be a time where you can just stick to the patterns, some tried and tested things that have been working for you, or that are working in that particular field that you are in. So make sure that those old patterns are being followed. And even if you feel that urge to um, bring some changes, or even if you feel that urge to do something different, then make sure that you're planning out things. There's a structure to do things. And in those times, make sure that you are taking some advices from the people who are already in experience. So listening to your superiors, listening to the people who are already doing something significant in that particular field, gaining from their experiences can be very helpful for you. And even if you feel that this can be a month where you would just go with the flow, then also make sure that you are learning things from your seniors, you are gaining from their experiences, because anyhow those experiences, those advices would be helpful for you in the coming time. So yes, career wise, things can be positive for you, but if you want to take some big risk, or if you want to um, just initiate a lot of things together, then that can be a phase where you have to sit back and introspect first, and then make a move according to them. And yes, if you feel stuck, do not worry a lot, because that can just be a situation where you would be eventually given to introspect and to plan out further things. So overall, this can be a month where it would be required for you to calm down your energies, and give yourself that time to revive and rethink about the choices and the things that you're up to. So this can be a time where your energies would be calmer. And yes, for that purpose, you can feel that things are slowing down and they are not working as you want them to be. The progress, the fast progress that you may look for may not be there. But this can be a time where you can find ways to pamper yourself, take some time out for yourself, and sit back, relax, retreat, and maybe some take a short break to have that kind of fulfillment that may have not been there in the past few months. So if there have been some kind of achievements that you're proud of, if there have been some positive things that have been working out, so make sure that you are pampering yourself enough, that you're appreciating yourself enough. And instead of just making things happen, instead of just running behind the next purpose, the next achievement and everything, you are taking your time to relax and appreciate yourself more. So this can be also that kind of a month. And if you do all of those things, if you give yourself that time, that then you would see that the things would be very easy to manage, because that overthinking would not be there. You would allow yourself to take a step back and enjoy the moments that are happening, the things that are being good for you. So if you would find that kind of approach, if you would adapt that kind of approach, then there can be growth, prosperity and happiness as well, that you would find joy in that slowly moving things as well. So yes, you can find all of those things. Financially, this can be a stable kind of a month, so you can find yourself balancing things. There can be times when your expenses can be there, but then income can also be there. So the income would be there. And there can be times when you can feel that the cash flow is not getting managed. But again, if you plan smartly, if you act according to the plans that you have made, structure, following a structure is very important this month. So do not take huge risk, do not just do things that you're not aware about. Make sure that whatever you are doing, you are aware of. You're not just listening to the words around and then taking your decisions. You are making sure that you know what you're doing, because otherwise there can be times when you may not be able to balance things out, and maybe there can be good income source, but you can also be very lenient in spending things, spending the money. So make sure that you are getting your value out of the money that you're spending, and you're keeping a check of where your money is going and how you're planning out things further. So all of those things can be there if you just allow yourself to feel appreciated, to feel loved, and enjoy the process, kind of a thing. If you are in that state of mind, then this month can be a progressing kind of a month as well. So yes, that's it for the Cancer zodiac, and the next we would be covering all the other remaining zodiacs. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and have a good day ahead.